towel out there?
I don't know.
Hi guys, welcome to this week's vlog. I'm just going to do a quick kind of walkthrough of how I strategize over each shot on this one hole here on the 13th at Burghill. It's a tough hole, and this is basically what I think, and hopefully you'll learn something from this process. Okay, so it's just a quick kind of how my brain is going to work when I'm trying to hit this tee shot. We're off the white tees. We're at Burghill Golf Course in Herefordshire. We're on the 13th hole. It's 457 yards. If you can see down there, we've got a hedge running all the way down the right hand side. We've got trees on the left, and it's a pretty long hole. I mean, that's the basis. So I'm going to walk to the hole. The first thing I'm going to do is look at my planner or Arcos, whichever you want to do. But if you haven't got those things, maybe a laser finder would be great. The first thing I'm looking at is that bunker. Now the bunker down there, I need to work out how far the bunker is. So first thing is the bunker looks a really nice area for me to aim at, which takes my mind off of this stuff on the right. Just going to look at that, and that bunker is 280. Now for me it's slightly downhill, so there is a chance I could go in that. The trees on the left are not a good position. Now obviously you're going to change this depending on how far you hit the ball. Obviously I'm looking at this from my stats and how far. This is why it's so crucial to know how good a good shot is and how good maybe your average shot is. So the bunkers are kind of on from me. I don't really want to go back and hit like a 3-iron or a 3-wood, just because it's a long hole and I feel like I need to get down there. The bunker, from what I can see, is a fairly flat bunker, so I'm not so concerned about actually going in that one for the minute, because I can still get to the green from that bunker from what I can see here. Obviously I've not mentioned at this point there's out of bounds all down the right. Now if you're a bit of a slicer, obviously that is going to be an issue. So you're going to work out your tactic on this hole. For me, obviously I need to make par or birdie, so I need to kind of go for it a bit more. But with yourself, you could probably maybe turn it into a 3-shot hole. So you're going to hit your tee shot into the flat part of fairway here on the left hand side. There's loads of room there. There's a good chance if you're aiming for that, that you're not going to knock it out of bounds. Then your second shot is going to go down somewhere near the green, chip on and 2-putt. Now there's always that chance of chipping on and making that par, so that's a really nice kind of tactic if you're off say 18 and you've got plenty of shots to play with, because there's other holes out there which are going to be much easier to attack and make par or or even birdie possibly. Okay, so for me, I'm going to actually try and shape a shot down here. We've got the trouble down the right, but I'm going to, instead of draw it away from the trouble, because the hole's bending off to the right, I feel like if I fade it, I might just cover the little corner, and also it's going to fade away from that bunker down there, and also it feels like I'm aiming away from the out of bounds if I'm fading it, if you get my idea. I'm hitting away from it, so if I hit it straight, I'm not going to be out of bounds. Whereas if I was going to draw it down here, which is actually my natural shape, I normally hit it right to left, I'm aiming at the out of bounds. And I know you're going to say that I'm drawing it away from the out of bounds, but if I was to slightly get inside of it, or if I was just going to hit a really good shot and straight, it's gone. So we never want to do that. I would generally suggest don't aim at the out of bounds itself. We're going to try and play away from it and fade it towards it, if you like. Right, so I'm going to give this one a go. I got my shot. I hit a driver. I'm going to try and hit a fade. I'm going to aim on the right side of the tee as far as I can. So I'm on the right hand side of the tee, which gives me more scope to put a bit of fade on it. Now for you guys, it might be dead easy to hit a fade. So that's all very well. That's where the kind of the slice guys are in good shape here. But we're going to try and hit one. I'm focusing really hard on that, right on that edge of that bunker. I'm putting all my energies into that little point. I'm not thinking it's roughly down that way. I'm really focusing on that area as if that's, live or die at that bunker. Then if I deviate from that just a small amount, let's just say I deviate by 10 yards to the right or to the left, it's absolutely fine. if you don't focus your mind like that, it's kind of a nice mental attitude to get into, to micro focus right into very small points on every shot, including putts and chips, and you know, 5-irons and even drivers, because we're trying to hit a straight shot. So just absolutely focus on that one point. Okay, give it a go. I've got my point, I've got my focus. I've got a little mark in front of the, see, when we stand behind the ball, often you get a good perspective of where your straight line is to go to your target. I'm looking at a little point just in front of my ball, and sometimes behind the ball, to give me a nice little square line, A, to aim up to with my feet, and B, also for my shoulders and my swing plane, so you can really affect your shot by a decent setup. So here we go, I've got my 2 points, I've got my line and my bunker. I'm just going to line my club up to that, get my feet in line to this as well, and I'm thinking just of that target and hitting the shot, see the shot. Right, by the wonders of magic, that is actually pretty much what I was after. It's actually gone, I would say, 15 paces right of the right edge of that bunker, with a little bit of fade, which is what we were playing for, and it's in really pretty good shape. So we'll go down and we'll hit the second shot, and I'll talk you through what we're going to do from there. Okay, so we're trotting down here, and I've played this course now, I think 2 times or 3 times, so I did know some of the trouble. But you know, if it's your course, really look closely at areas where you may have just walked past, because you never know, if the wind changes, all this can change, and then you're hitting from places you don't know anything about, or hitting into places. This is the out of bounds, as you can see, and there's the edge of the corner there, which is going round here, and this is what we were talking about on the way down. Here's the bunker that I was aiming for, that edge of the bunker. I'm not sure you can see my ball there, just to the right. Now I knew that this did cut back, so there was a little bit of space from here on. That's about, I'm going to take a guess at about 260 or something to carry this. So I knew that there was a bit of a bailout if I over faded it. Yeah, so that was not good. But I mean, some days you could, into the wind, end up around this area. So it's always good to keep a look at all the surroundings on every hole, because it's surprising how easy you can actually make it. So this actually now opens up. It looked really tight from the tee, from back up there, but you can see that this is now really opening out, and actually not so bad is what it looked. And it's a surprise to me. I didn't quite realize that cut back quite as much as that. So this is the edge of the bunker that I was looking at, and that was the 280 mark that I said, and I thought I would probably get in that, and as you can see with my ball just there, it would have just reached that. So I did want that bit of fade, so I was aiming on that, right that edge, and I guess I've got maybe 10 yards of fade, which was just nice because we're going into this big section of fairway here. So back to the routine again. So when you're sort of just like I am now, we're just playing for fun and you know, just doing something for you guys. But in a competition, your brain thinks a lot different to this. So it's a good idea to try and think similar to in your competition as much as you can. We've taken all the flowers, and that's very nice, but we would be concentrating down there and probably not looking at so much. But for today, I've got to my ball, middle of the fairway. We've got 177. Yeah, that's about right. 177 to the flag. You can't really see much, but the green, first thing I can see is the green is sloping towards me. Now I do know there's a tear in the green. I noticed that when I played here yesterday. There's a great big tear. So I'm sort of thinking that if I'm on the front edge of that tear, it's going to be a real pain to putt. But you know, it's not the end of the world. You're still looking at, this is kind of really a 4-hole rather than a birdie hole. And for you guys, maybe this might be your second shot, you know, to get to here. I can see some bunkers. There's a bunker short on the front, which I'm not expecting to go in because of my miss would not normally go into that bunker. The bunker on the left, which is pin high, that is possible for me because if I'm going to miss, generally I'll miss off to the left. But for what you guys will be doing is looking at various points and playing to your strengths. You know, like if you're not a high flighted ball person, you might be thinking of running one in. Or if if you're hitting it very low, maybe you've got to get through 2 bunkers or get to a position where you can chip and putt, which is, we're always trying to play stress-free golf. Rather than hit the perfect shot, we're trying to get to a position where we can get up and down, make our birdie, and assess the kind of the shot that you've got in hand and make the best decision. And that's what the best players do the very best. They strategize all the way around and hit the shot that they can hit like most consistently for them, not for everybody else, but just for them. So 177, I think that's an awkward distance for me. That's between a 6 and a 5. Okay, so I'm going to hit a 6 iron, and all I'm thinking now is trying to get my distance right, put a nice smooth swing on it, don't go crazy. There's loads of club for me. I'm looking from behind again, the same as the tee shot, seeing a little blade of grass just in front which I can focus on, and that's all we need to look at because we got the length of the shot in our hand. And see if we can knock it somewhere hopefully close to the flag. Just nice and relaxed. Okay, that's on the front edge of the green. It's not great, it's not bad, but we'll see when we get down there that I have actually got that ridge to putt up. But again, there's no trouble here. So, and it's a tough hole, so I'm thinking I've done my bit. Let's try and get down to the putt and see how we get on. So far so good. Like I said, we're on line, which is good. Wasn't a really difficult shot. This was the bunker that wasn't really in play for me, because the deviation on my 6 iron is not that much. I mean, that's quite a big distance from here up to the flag, so I wasn't worried about that one. I did worry a little bit like that one over there, but you know, you can still get up and down. We're here, pitched and stopped. I would like to run up a little bit, but we've got this this tier that I was talking about up to here. I just putt. I'm not going to make a meal out of the putt, but I just to finish the hole off, stick you down there. So with the putt, I'll just give you a quick idea of what I'm thinking. This is a really big slope. I'm not sure the camera's picking it up, but I'm going to visualize that the flag is about 6 foot past, so pretty much where the camera is. That's where I'm going to visualize. I'm going to hit my putt fully committed to that point, not this one. Obviously I'm going to try and judge the line, but lengthwise I'm going to try and get as far as I can, see if I can stop it around where you are, and that will take into account this big slope. I'm still short. These greens are still a little bit woolly. So that was the idea. The putt was still short. The greens are slightly woolly, and it's setting into the evening now. So I could have taken that into account, but it was still a 4. Quite happy with that hole. Hopefully, you guys learned a little bit from that, and will help you think your way around next time you play. It's surprising what the better players think about over every shot. I mean, even though it doesn't take a huge amount of time, because we're used to doing it very quickly, and often these decisions have been made before we even get to the golf course, sometimes with a pre-round or a practice round. But that worked out quite well in the end. Nice 4, happy with that. It's a tough hole, but if you enjoyed that, look forward to the next one. I'll see you next week. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next week. Enjoy the sun, hopefully.